Yes, guys, welcome back to another live review. Chelsea 4, Morecambe nil. It's our second win in 7 games. We are back. Does anyone want to say that we're back? Yeah, no one's overhyping this. I can't lie. You look at the straight faces all around the panel. We're not taking this too much. We know that this is a good win for confidence. We know it's been a couple good performances all around, a couple shaky performances around as well. But for the most part, we did the job that we intended to do. We went to go out there and have a dominant performance, have a confidence building performance. And that's exactly what happened. And for a lot of players, they've got a little bit of stat padding, but at the most part, if it makes them feel a bit more confident, I'm happy for it. Callum Hudson-Odoi, 1 goal, 1 assist to his name. Kai Havertz as well, a goal and assist to his name. Timo Werner's finally broke his duck for the first time in 12 games. Hakim Ziyech got an assist to his name as well. Billy Gilmore got himself 90 minutes. Emerson got himself a 90-minute run out as well. Fikayo Tomori got a big 10-minute run out, so big up Fikayo Tomori as well. And yeah, the first half, I can't lie, the first half, even though we were 2-0 up, it's a massive drag for long periods. And we really struggled to break down Morecambe. Morecambe literally sat the deepest of deep blocks and made it ridiculously hard for us to try and play anything through the middle. We were forced to spam crosses a lot through the first half. Also had to rely on a few couple long shots. Emerson was really trying to get a goal to his name today. But the first goal came from the birthday boy himself, Mr. Mason Mount. Nice little long shot into the bottom left-hand corner. Decent finish from him. Best birthday present. And since then, we'd think the game would have moved on, but no, Morecambe still sat deep. They still made it very frustrating for us. We didn't really see them try and take the game to us until it reached 2-0. 2-0 as well, with all three of our big signings combining to get Timo Werner his first goal in 12 games and assists for Kai Havertz as well. And from that point on, the game looked more or less straightforward. The beautiful ball from Hakim Ziyech found Callum Hudson-Odoi to make it 3-0. And from that point, yeah, the game was just absolutely dead. But we're going to run through the panel. We're going to get you guys' thoughts. Fata, we'll start with you. What were your thoughts on today, bro?
Not gonna lie, yeah. First half was a bit sus at times, but it was glad to get that 2 goals. And I think, like you said, a massive boost of confidence, and that's why like just to get these guys going this season, because we have had a rough 1 month. We only won 1 in 6 games, and it's just nice to see the lads getting back in full confidence mode. And Kepa kept clean sheet.
Yeah, Kepa kept the clean sheet. We didn't even mention that. The big boy himself, about 6 catches in 1 game. And if you lot have known through watching Kepa week in and week out, that's usually 5 catches too many. So if there's one thing that we will gas up, Kepa might be back. Say it quietly, but the big man might have returned. Pablo, what were your thoughts on today, bro?
I mean, I don't think it was overly inspiring from Chelsea. It was quite slow for large parts, but look, we did our job. I think we saw with the lineup, with the players that were on the pitch, Lampard wanted close to his full team out there. He wanted a confidence booster for his Chelsea side going into what's quite a hard run of fixtures, certainly an important run of fixtures for his future as manager. We've got our win. Like you guys have said, I don't think it was that amazing of a watch. But yeah, to win 4-0 is not bad at all. You look at Havertz getting on the score sheet. Werner getting on the score sheet. This was important today. So Lampard's got what he's wanted here. We're through to the next round at least. No upset here, and yeah, we'll take it. It was an important confidence booster.
Yeah, Vitmus, I want to ask you as well, because we were talking about the amount of pressure on Frank Lampard's head going into this game. What do you think about Frank Lampard now coming out of this match? Do you still think there's still hella pressure on him? Do you think it's relaxed a little bit? We are taking into account that this is Morecambe. No one's going to get too overly gassed about it. But based on the performances that you've seen, based on the potential 2-striker formation that we saw in the final 10-15 minutes, has anything changed in terms of pressure or your thoughts on the manager, or are you continuing the same thought process?
Well, to be honest, the guys played a very... as we say, you guys said before, it's Morecambe. So, the performance was still solid, yeah. We didn't really give up a lot of opportunities to Morecambe. But I think his job is still under pressure. As we can sit here and say it's only Morecambe. I think the board will say the same, or Abramovich will say the same, that it's only Morecambe. But I think the only thing I would say that he did not try to use some of the players he should have, he has what has not been played before, for a few games. He should have rested some of our more regular players. And apart from that, I think it was a good game. For the guys, as you said, to build moral and things like that. But it's Morecambe.
Exactly that. It is Morecambe. We can be as happy, we can be gassed about as much, but we're only going to take it with a small pinch of salt because it's only Morecambe. If we end up dropping points to Fulham as well straight after this, it's going to be like, yeah, so we can only turn up against a League Two side. Great, man. Scott, we haven't spoken to you yet. Big up Scott as well. Yo, what's your thoughts on today?
I think a couple of you guys are going to hit the nail on the head. I think in the grand scheme of things, the game means very little. Like, if we'd have lost, then it would have been just terrible. But I think it means very little. What I will say is I think there's a lot of positives that can be taken in a few of the tactical side of it. You talked about the two striker formation we went to towards the end. It was good to see. I think, especially in the second half. Before that, you saw Kai Havertz getting a lot closer to Timo Werner, which I don't know if that was that was something that talked about or something he just took into sort of, I'm going to do that. But that was good to see, especially, there were times when even when Werner was going out to the left, it was Havertz was the one that was going into that striker role rather than like Pulisic or Ziyech before he went off. Or Pulisic when he came on, I should say. Yeah, stuff like that I think is positive. I think for me, the only real negative is Tomori not getting like any game time. I think based on what Mark Schwarzer was saying on commentary on a game, it looks like he's wanting to leave, which is disappointing, but what can you do? But no, I think as I said, I think overall not really much to shout about, but I think you can look at positives in the game and take them into the Fulham game. I think as well, seeing as Werner and Ziyech went off fairly early in the second half, I think they're probably going to start against Fulham.
Yeah, this is the jarring thing because it looks like we're going to see Timo Werner playing up front for the Fulham match, and here's the thing. We won 4-0, but for the most part, the tactics did look exactly the same. We were being forced out wide a lot. I think we had 4 crosses in our first 6 minutes. And it looks like exactly the same thing that we're going to be seeing in the Fulham match that we saw in the Morecambe match. And guys, does that result give you any sort of confidence or added confidence going into the Fulham game? Or are you expecting the same step back into the same sort of things? Like, I'm trying to be optimistic, but again, Morecambe tax. There's massive Morecambe tax in it. We can't take it too much. So what are you guys' thoughts going into the Fulham game next week?
I think it shows Lampard's willing to change things up a little bit, which is good to see. Like we even when we were putting crosses in, especially in the second half, like you look at that 4th goal, they're measured crosses and we've got people in the box who can get on the end of them. It's not just hitting them for the sake of hitting them like we were against City. Yeah, so there's a little bit to be taken into it. Hopefully it shows that there might be a little bit of a change up.
A little bit of confidence, Lewis. That's the most important thing.
There was a couple things I could take of it. Emerson plays as an inverted left back, kind of promising, to be honest. He was making a couple chances for himself. Could be a bit more accurate at the long shots, but he's a left back. You don't really expect him to be like prime Frank Lampard from 25 yards out. He looked promising and he was there to take chances. That's something that we could continue to build off as well. And I would like to see Ben Chilwell in that sort of role as well, because that's where he thrived at Leicester City. He wasn't really an outside fullback. He always liked to come in off the inside, and that's where he thrived as well. So if that's something that we're trying to implement, I would like to see that. Dag, we haven't spoken to you yet, so what's your thoughts on the game today?
The game was good, but you can't really be not too happy, but it's just, it is what it is. It's Morecambe, we just move on. It was a good performance. Like, it was good. It was good to watch. It's kind of got a little uncomfortable because it felt like they were just, they literally, they didn't have a shot. They genuinely didn't have a shot. The one shot they had all day, literally that one almost mistake by Kepa. that was a fun little nostalgia.
Oh no, to be honest, looking back here, that weren't even really a mistake. It was more of a poor cross.
It was a good save, but I'm just saying it was one of those. Oh, did he do it? Did he lose it? But you know, it was a good performance. It was fun to watch. Obviously, the best part is Timo scored, Havertz scored, Havertz assisted Timo. Hudson-Odoi yet again scored. We see Ziyech with the one, through ball in the air, again led to another goal. So, it was everything that we asked for. It did happen, but it was also mixed in with the crossing, as well as sort of disguised by the crossing. Because you see that the middle was completely open every time the ball was rebounded back, and it was always our player that it landed to. And that's because the players were so pushed back, and you could see it was like 7 players lined up.
Yeah.
Literally. So it seemed like that allowed us to, dude, we had 89% possession in the first half. That
634 passes to about 115. It was bad.
It's never gonna happen in the Premier League. That's why I'm not so excited, because it's genuinely just not gonna happen. The problem with the Fulham game is they have some players that can hit us on the counter like it's nothing. Like I'm talking like they have some speed demons, right?
Oh, so it's another team that's good in transition.
It's another team. Exactly. It's another team.
Wait, Scott, you had something to say. We'll hold on that. But go on. What were you saying? Finish off what you're saying. We'll go to Scott.
Yeah. The team, the way the team plays for them, like if we play like we did today and we push that much forward, they're gonna count. And the problem with us, the main thing that I'm always terrified with is the first goal. Because once we concede the first goal, it allows them to sit back, as well as it just seems like the crossing gets exposed. It doesn't seem like they can do anything else because it's so compressed. And so as long as we get the first goal, I'm fine. But if they get the first goal, that's when the worries start to kick.
All right, Scott, what were you going to say? Because I think you had some different choice of words about Fulham. So go ahead with it.
I think it depends. I think the problem is for them is like one of their main players, like Dag mentioned, that likes to take the ball and run with it, is Loftus-Cheek, and he can't play. You look at who else they've got. In terms of playing up front, if Mitrovic plays, I'm actually feeling very confident because he's not a running behind type of striker.
True.
And all you've got to do is put both Silva and Zuma and say, just stay on him, and he's going to be ineffective.
Yeah.
And I think it depends what type of system they come out and play, because I've seen them play with 4 at the back, I've seen them play with 5 at the back, and there's not many people in their team where I'd say I worry in terms of what Dag said about breaking on the counter-attack. I think it will be more of a case of they'll just play high pressure, and that'll be where they catch us. But I think, as Dag said, if we get the first goal, then I think it'll be fine. And I think we've got personnel to get the first goal.
I mean, the players that I was, the players that I was mainly worried about were, look, especially against the Wolves, right? It was that one American kid that really, especially during the last 15 minutes of the match when we were trying to chase the game, he was the one that was really stopping us. And someone like Lamina that they have in the middle, like that could be a problem trying to break down like we do. And then, yes, they don't have Loftus-Cheek, but they have another American, actually, Anthony Robinson, and they have what's his name, Lookman. He's really fast, and then they have Bobby Reed, right? Bobby Reed and Robinson are the wing backs. They play back 5, right? If Reece, or I don't know if Reece James is gonna play, but if it's Azpilicueta, I'm telling you that he's getting past. So it's not a question. Like, he will get past. So already that makes our right side a little lacking because Aspi can't push up as much as he wants to, right? And that created a lot of things for Ziyech to go in the middle today, which created the Hudson-Odoi goal, right? So it's just that kind of pressure that we won't really have. Reed, it depends on where he plays. He plays in the center, at striker, at right wing back. They play him everywhere, right? Depending on where he plays. Ben Chilwell, you know it, I know it. On the counter, he is not that. He doesn't have the composure like Thiago does. He sometimes jumps for a ball too early, misses it a little. It's just some sort of, we can't be too short. That's why we're not going to be able to go forward as much as we want to, that's when I think our problems with the crossing, that's when we'll see it, and that's why I think our wingers might be pushed to the outside, and they won't be able to do as much as they want with a back four or with a back five, right? So we'll see what it is. It depends on how the team that sets up. If Havertz plays, I'll be a little bit more comfortable because I know he'll try and get forward. So he'll give whoever plays forward, probably Werner, right? He'll give him another option to that's my hope, but we'll see what happens. And of course, Mount is probably going to play since he rested him.
I just want to look at this comment. Here's the thing: we're not depressed. It's just with recent form and everything.
We're not depressed. Hold on, we're not
depressed.
Wait. We're not depressed. We're just sleepy because of the game at this time, though.
That as well. I've had to yak down bare Lucas just to keep myself awake through that second half. But there are positives. But let's be real. Look at the way the game went. It was obvious that there were going to be fitness levels between a Premier League side and a League Two side. So it's no surprise they got completely overrun towards the end of the second half because it became a fitness game, especially with 5 different substitutes. They were never going to be able to cope with us for 90 minutes unless it stayed 0-0. At 2-0 down at halftime, they got to go chase the game and they're already starting to get a bit tired. So the game's expected. It's a 4-0 win against the League Two Morecambe side. I'm not going to get too gassed over this. I want to see this sort of result against Premier League teams. I don't want to see
this in a couple of weeks. Then then we're going to have a different mindset.
Honestly, guys, the way I've seen Fulham played for the past few games, even when they played against Liverpool, I don't think even if we use Reece James at right back, if Fulham played the way they played against Liverpool, against us, it's gonna be problems. It doesn't matter who we have at left back, right back. Fulham setup is very good, and if we play them half asleep, we're gonna get run over.
Yeah.
We need to go into it playing how Leeds went into their game, where we play with energy and we play quick. Because even though they conceded 3, I think it was 4-3 in the end.
Yeah,
we're better defensively than Leeds. We've got better defenders. So as long as we can be tight at the back, if we go into it the same attitude they did in terms of quick, playing around them, then we should be fine.
That's the thing, We've got the players. We've got to go for teams. Like, we're looking at the names we've got on our team sheet. I'm expecting Havertz, Ziyech, Werner, and Pulisic all to start against Fulham. So let's go for them. Let's really challenge. It's Fulham, guys. We've got to go for them, get some early goals, go 1-0 up, go 2-0 up, and then get the points because ultimately we need to win the game. But also we got to see some football from this Chelsea team.
Exactly. You got to see something that can give us a bit of confidence. Like if we get another win but it's like the West Ham game where we've just scraped by or we've got a couple lucky half chances. No one's going to look at that and like fall for it anymore because we've been on a bad run of games. We need to see something that instills confidence in the fans. And right now we're all low on confidence. Like, we've been getting battered and bantered the last 4 weeks. I still haven't seen that skullfuggery video that's apparently come up. And there's another one that's dropped. So, you see why we're all getting gassed. And I am not sitting here hyping a 4-0 win over Morecambe. The most you're going to get out of me is that Kepa kept a clean sheet. That is actually a rare thing. So that I can understand. But, Ryan, we haven't spoken to you, mate. What were your thoughts on the game today?
Can you hear me?
I'll send you the link in a little bit. We're just going to go through this quick. Go on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Audio's good. It's nothing more and it's nothing less than I really expected. I think no matter what form we had, like we were always expected to beat Morecambe in it. I think there's positives from the game, but the first half was a little bit like they were so compact. We couldn't really create anything too much for the amount we had the ball. Apart from that Mason Mount goal, we didn't really create too much in that first half. Second half, they tried to come at us a bit more, so there was more spaces. And I think it's just about player confidence in this game. Like, Werner got a goal, hopefully it boosts his confidence. Hudson-Odoi got a goal, hopefully it boosts his confidence. Havertz got a goal, hopefully it boosts his confidence. So, we were just expected to win in this game. I'm not even going to get, carried away, overhyped, because it was just a standard win. But I don't know if this changes the way we play against Fulham, because there's a big difference between the League Two side Morecambe and Fulham, who are decent, who are decent, and are going to be much better than Morecambe. So I'm not gonna. I don't think this still doesn't bring me confidence into Fulham. I need to see something against Fulham and maybe something against Leicester as well to get a little bit hyped. But for this it was a standard win. No matter what form we had to win.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's go through some of the player ratings. We'll go through that quickly. I want to go through the sign. Actually, no. Before we do this, I want to talk about Fikayo Tomori as well. Tomori, this was easily a perfect chance for him to start, and he only got 10 minutes. I don't understand what's happening with him. I know he's meant to be going out on loan.
I swear to God, it was one of those. You remember Pedro last year for
Pedro.
Pedro.
Go on.
He let him come on for a couple minutes in his last game at the club, like a little goodbye, and then he let him, and then that's when he left and went to Roma. So I think.
But the Pedro situation, we knew he was gonna leave. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's a big difference to that.
Pedro,
I think for this one,
I'm saying it's not like a consolation thing. Like, it didn't feel like it had any important. Because it's not, bro.
Yeah, but Pedro, his time at Chelsea was coming to an end. Tomori, it's not that case.
Yeah.
He's just going on loan. Well, meant to be going on loan for a season.
That's not.
And Pedro really done nothing that season. Really done nothing that season.
I'm not.
Like apart from the start of the season.
I'm not talking about performance. I'm talking about the fact, the way that they left. I'm talking about it just felt. I'm not talking about performance.
Oh, you're talking about it just felt the same, but like no circumstance to it.
Exactly.
Okay, take circumstance out of the situation. It does kind of feel the same, but like add context to it, it's completely different. Because this guy's meant to be potentially one of our centre backs for the future.
Yeah.
Why is he only
got
10 minutes in a game like this? This game was screaming for him to start. Like I was saying, yeah, let's give Christensen a run out, but Christensen's injured. Thiago Silva's obviously not going to play. Kurt Zuma doesn't need to play either. But why did we end up going with Kurt Zuma? I mean, Kurt Zuma and Antonio Rudiger starting. Granted, we did win 4-0, but that's only going to push him further and further against Frank Lampard. And we've already heard the issues that Frank Lampard's been having with some of the fringe players. This is probably a big reason for it.
Yeah, I think like if he is Tomori's fifth choice, I'd be like, okay, he's your fifth choice. You know what I mean? If that's you, then that's you. But our fourth choice centre back now has got injured, and Tomori's still not playing. So it just proves the point that Tomori and Lampard have fell out. Like, can any of you remember Tomori doing something drastically wrong on the pitch? Like, apart from maybe that Bournemouth game last season where he threw.
Yeah, but the Bournemouth game is also
he made one mistake.
Excuse.
I was just saying he made one mistake, but
that's what I mean.
Zuma's
Bro,
made
we've seen the amount of mistakes.
I don't think it's a mistake.
And Tomori's getting chastised over one game against Bournemouth. That don't make sense.
It's something behind the scenes. It might be something tactical, whatever it is. Tomori and Lampard or Tomori and Chelsea as of now just don't have a future. He'll go on loan, and I don't know what will happen to him in the future. But for this season, at least, like Tomori's gone in January.
As well, someone's mentioned in the chat. Another thing is next season he's potentially sixth choice. We've got Saul on loan at the minute.
Yeah,
when he
we got loads of centre backs on loan actually.
Well, what I don't understand is like Tomori for me personally is our second best centre back, arguably third, but for me he's our second best centre back, and he's definitely got the highest ceiling of any of our centre backs. I don't understand. Better than Christian.
I agree with you, Scott. I think, in my opinion, I think he's our second best centre back.
Yeah, he should be starting with Silva for me. I know Zuma's been amazing.
I see no reason not to disagree with you, but that's just a surprising point to me. I do kind of agree with it. Like, we have very solid centre backs in our club, at least 4.
Bro,
yeah, I'm not arguing, but maybe in the beginning it was because obviously Thiago Silva he didn't speak English, so maybe at the beginning it was just because Zuma already knew French. So he was able to play with him. So
language barrier, then is that what you're implying? Then
yeah, that's good.
I'm giving devil's advocate. Yeah.
But bro, if we compare the way how Zuma and Tomori look on the ball and challenge for the ball, if I tell you that Zuma is better than Tomori, then I'm a madman, because Zuma is not technical at all on the ball, which Tomori can play under pressure, make a perfect pass, and Zuma under pressure, he clears the ball, he just looks crazy on the ball for me. The best thing about Zuma for me is his physicality.
That's why I like. He's not the best with the ball. I agree with you. I am still quite a big fan of Zuma. I do like the Zuma and Thiago Silva partnership at the back. I'm not going to lie, but
it's working.
I think it works quite well as well. Having Zuma, like you said, he's very strong. He's very physical. He's also excellent in the air. And then you've got Thiago Silva, who has that experience, and he's a little bit shorter next to him. But I think I agree with you guys on Tomori. We should have given Tomori more options this season, and I think he should have gone into the year being third or second choice centre back. So you can start with Zuma and Silva, but then you draft Tomori in for one game and see if he's good enough, which I think he would have been. Then we start to play him more. What's annoying for me is that I came into this season, like I said, hoping Tomori was the third choice centre back at least, and now it's like, is this guy even going to play for Chelsea again?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, this was the weirdest thing as well, because what was it? Tomori is meant to be potentially not even going on loan in January now because of Andreas Christensen's injury, and we want to keep him to be safe. If we planned on doing that, I mean, this isn't really the best start for it. 10 minutes against Morecambe. Like, even if he does stay, because of how bad Andreas Christensen's injury might be, we still have to wait and see on that. But even if he is going to stay, he's going to have limited game time. Past this Morecambe game, depending on who we draw in the fourth round, you might not see him play that game either. So then, if we're keeping him, what are we keeping him for?
I'd rather see him get sold. I'd rather see him get sold.
Right, go on Ryan first, then Dag, then Scott.
I'd rather see him get sold and play football than stay in our club as fifth choice, and there just be animosity between him and Lampard. Like Tomori, especially putting him next to Thiago Silva would have helped, because Tomori is a young centre back, and who better to partner him with than Thiago Silva? You know what I mean? And Tomori would what's it called? He'd be good with Thiago Silva as well, because he's very fast. He's like the fastest on the team for us, so he could cover up the pace for Thiago Silva, and he'd just be a lot more composed, a better, well-rounded centre back. If he played next to Thiago Silva once or twice, you know what I mean? So I'd rather see him be on loan than have there be animosity at the club between him and Lampard and him just never playing.
All right, Dag, you want to add to that?
This is all all y'all are saying is true and everything, but the whole point is,
DM me on Twitter if you want to join. By the way, we've got two more spots.
Like, we're gonna be. Let me be honest. Zuma has been one of the best center backs in the league. Simple. This entire season, he's been one of the best center backs in the league. Like, aerially, he has been the best. So, it's not like it's not like Lampard can drop him. It's not one of those instances where, like Thiago Silva, you have to drop him, right? He's not in the certain fit where he's not gonna play every single game. Simple as that. He's just not. I don't think anyone's doubt. I'll say for speed. No. Well, of course, but I'm saying, like, it's not like opportunities are gonna rise up, because again, Tomori is younger than both Christensen. Yeah. He is younger than Rudiger. Both of them are international, so they have to get game time in that sense, or they're not going to be happy. Their international managers are not going to be happy, right? So that creates conflict as well. So you have to please all these people. And for Kaya Tomori, being as young as he is, he doesn't get the kind of attention they do with their national clubs, because Rudiger starts and so does Christensen, right? And so that just creates a little problem. And at the beginning of the season, it's Tomori's fault. Let's be perfectly honest. This is Tomori's fault. He should have known that he wasn't going to play. Like,
no, I think it was the thing. Yeah, West Ham was wanted him, but
forget West Ham.
Everton, that's a fact. Like, I like Tomori and I like the balls behind him. He should have taken the loan deal.
Everton wanted him. Can you imagine him playing with Yeremina or Michael Keane? Like, he would look incredible. With that sort of offense, he would look incredible. That's the kind of loan spell that he needed. But instead, now he's going to be shipped off to the French league, and no one's going to watch him.
Let me say something, Doug. I know Scott should be going on. I apologize, Scott. But I just need to say something right there to Doug. Let me tell you, bro. Tomori could not have known that he was going to be treated like this, coming off of last season. We must remember that Tomori was our best centre-back last season, So why would he think of leaving when he was actually being talked about a lot last season?
Ryan, switch off the stream, please, if you're watching it.
Think about it.
Thiago Silva.
No, but it doesn't matter. Thiago Silva should be, I don't know who said it before, but he should have been playing with Tomori. But I mean...
No, but listen, hold on. We can't have... Okay,
No, bro, but
No. Because
no.
listen, because of height. Simple. Because of height. Because of height, Tomori doesn't win that.
Bro.
Simple as that. He's not tall enough.
It's not about height, bro. I'm just talking about we're coming off a performance, bro.
Also,
who was the best centre back for Chelsea last season?
I don't even know.
Also, performance, Tomori, all he has is speed.
Between him and
Zuma has better last-ditch tackles. Zuma's better in the air. And Zuma, passing it backwards in between, he creates less mistakes.
I don't disagree with you guys saying he should have gone on loan, but I'm saying, in his defense, coming off of the performance that he had last season, he would have not known that he would have been 5th or 6th choice, brother.
Yeah, I get that, but he fell out of favour towards the end of last season as well. Like, first half of the season, I understand. But second half of the season, past the Bournemouth game, we barely even saw him get a minute of game time. So, like, if I was him, I would have taken that loan deal. He would have had 10 times more game time than he would have even had for us as a third choice centre-back.
Would he, though? This is my point. I was just saying.
West Ham, the loan deal that they were having, apparently for every game that he didn't play, Chelsea were owed 50 grand.
That wouldn't make sense.
Incentives like that means he's going to play the majority of those games.
The thing that I will say is that I agree in sense of, like, at the minute he shouldn't be starting. He probably should be third choice, but that's why I say he should be third choice. He's better than Christensen in every department for me. Like, and what I was going to say is that you look at now, if he was to go on loan, where's he going to go to that he's going to realistically get game time? He's not going to Everton because they're not going to play him. Even West Ham at this point, they've got their defender situation sorted. Like, where's he going to go where he's going to get game time? And it has to be Premier League.
I've heard Leeds and Newcastle are interested.
I don't want to see him go Newcastle, man, where they play a fucking defensive line and low block.
I know what you mean, though, yeah. That's what that
Leeds
is.
interests me.
He's not
Like,
gonna
I'm
learn
thinking at
anything.
Leeds.
Leeds I'd happily, because they'll actually learn under one of the best managers ever. And he's he's
he's gonna get injured, bro. If he hasn't played, oh no.
He'd be tested at Leeds as well because they play a high line like us. He'd be
Tomori is rapid. Tomori is rapid.
Yeah, he is.
But I
Yeah, he's
think
a quick one.
Leeds would suit him because if he goes to a team that sits in a low block, he's not that. He's good in the air, but he's not like one of them tallest centre backs whose main thing is the air. His recovery speed is normally good. His playing out the back is normally good. You know what I mean? So if he went to a Leeds that constantly press and are constantly threatened on the counter attack, with his pace, I think he'll suit them.
It'd be a great loan, yeah.
I think he'd learn a little bit for going to Newcastle, but he'd be learning the wrong things because it's just completely different. You go from playing an attacking style to playing a defensive style and a very defensive style like that. You're just not learning the right things.
It would remind me of Ampadu's loan to Sheffield, also Gallagher's loan to West Brom.
West Brom kind of makes sense.
Gallagher's not doing that bad, actually.
No, Gallagher's doing excellently at West Brom. The point is, what Gallagher's loaning at West Brom is completely different to what he'd be doing at Leeds. In Leeds, he'd be way more on the ball in the final third. At West Brom, he's learning valuable things. His work without the ball has been outstanding, Gallagher. I'm just saying it's where we want them to be. I say keep Gallagher at West Brom because he's one of their most important players. So well done to the guy. But I'm just saying that's the different styles of football.
Tengus, we haven't spoken to you yet. What's your thoughts on the game, bro?
Well, I feel like I'm happy that my biggest happy moment is that Timo Werner finally scored for the first time in 2 months. And that Kepa kept the clean sheet. I actually expected Kepa to concede like 1 or 2 goals that could have been totally stopped, but he did. I mean, the one except in the early in the game where Phillips almost scored, I nearly had a heart attack. If that went in, I would have. I made a bet with my mom. That if Chelsea lost to Morecambe, I would officially stop becoming a Chelsea fan. And thank God they did not lose.
All the more glad
That
we
was
didn't lose
very
that.
risky considering that.
But of course, we're not going to lose to Morecambe.
Ryan,
The thing is,
what are your thoughts?
Can you hear me?
Ryan, can you hear us? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on, talk to us, bro.
Again, coming back to the Christensen, Rudiger, Tomori situation. I've said it before on here, but what the board are trying to do is get more value into Christensen and Rudiger to sell them on, or maybe get them on loan. But to be fair, Tomori has only started one game. He's only played one game other than the Morecambe game this season, which is a bit ridiculous. So there's an issue between Lampard and Tomori, it's evident. But yeah, the board's trying to get more value into players like Jorginho, Rudiger, Christensen, these players, to sell them on.
Yeah, I do want to say, actually, before we go into player ratings, looking at the next few weeks, what other players do you see going out on loan or potentially getting sold, other than the obvious Tomori loan deal, which will be happening anytime
will
soon?
definitely go.
Big up Steph in the chat, by the way.
Alonso, I think he'll go.
Alonso hasn't had a minute of game time, actually. Ever since that West Brom game. It's about whatever club's interested in him, though. I haven't heard any clubs.
To be fair, we could get a semi-decent Spanish team to get Alonso. There'll be a
semi-decent fee for him.
Something like that.
Do we get a semi-decent fee for him, though?
Honestly, I don't think did we get him on a free, or is that me? Am I losing my mind?
Alonso? Nah.
No, we bought Alonso. Fiorentina?
Yeah, it was Fiorentina that we got him from. I forgot what club it was.
No, it was Sunderland, though. It was Sunderland.
No, he spent time at Sunderland.
I don't actually remember.
24 million pounds. Rob spent 24 million pounds.
To be fair, if we can get half that or 10 mil, I'd take that. But
to be fair, we've got value for that as well. Alonso I know it's a bit of a joke now, but he had a good career at Chelsea.
We can get 20 million for Alonso right now, brother. For real.
No. I think 10
it would be a loan. To me, it would be a loan in January with maybe an option to buy.
No, Marina could sell him off for a decent fee. She's done it before. She could do it again. I'm saying Drinkwater and Jorginho as well. I don't see either of them leaving in January.
Drinkwater.
Drinkwater's here to the end of his contract. That's just a fact.
My God. You see, back to the Tomori talk. You see, if we don't keep Tomori or use him, he's gonna be like a De Bruyne or a Salah. We're gonna let him go, and then he's gonna become one of the best centre backs in the Premier League and the world, and then he's going to be added to the list of the players that could have been at Chelsea. So,
but this one's going to be worse. You know why? Because at least with Salah and De Bruyne, obviously you guys probably watched them a bit more when they were at Chelsea. Yeah? But with Tomori, we want him to succeed. Like, we're calling for this guy to play. So if he goes and what's it called and becomes one of the best centre backs in the world, that will hurt a lot more.
Of course.
I'd say for me, it's more similar to De Bruyne than Salah, because at least with Salah, you can understand us selling him because he never showed anything. Him getting how he did was down to being at Roma and Fiorentina and whatnot. De Bruyne it's similar to De Bruyne because we've just not seen enough, and what we have seen is good. It's just we're not seeing enough.
It's just something that the manager's not seeing, which is
the most
it's more on management negligence. It was just they refused because. I'm just we were Chelsea. Like in that form, in that decade, right? No one was breaking into that team as a youngster. And with the amount of money that was being pumped into that team, they weren't gonna, try and bring up a youngster like Manchester United always did. They weren't that kind of team. But
with Tomori, it's not even like
managers like Jose have said that they literally didn't even pay attention to that. So it's like it was one of those. It was never meant to be.
Yeah, I want to talk about this one quickly before we go into player ratings. Diego Costa.
No.
I mean, I know exactly what I'm thinking. I just want to see how many people think differently.
He's already one retirement home in London. We don't need another one.
Hi, big up Sadiq.
Yo.
Yes, bro. Man. Worldwide Chelsea live in the cut. Chat to me about the game, man. What are you telling me?
You robbed all my views, fam.
What do you mean?
Everyone's over here, man. You man still
okay, if I robbed you again, just for that, Worldwide Chelsea. You're now on the title. Everyone, if you guys haven't done so already, you guys haven't subscribed to the boy Worldwide Chelsea as well. Vitmus's channel's also on the at as well, so click the ats for the pair of them and press the subscribe button as well. But Worldwide Chelsea, chat to me about the game today, man. What were your thoughts?
Yo, quickly. Are you lot Lampard in or out?
I'm still Lampard
in. Before the game.
It sounds like in, yeah?
Oh, wait,
I'm Lampard in.
Mate, I've said this few
Wait,
weeks
we'll go
ago,
around
man.
the table.
I'm in.
Pablo, in or out?
In.
In. All right, cool. Fata, you?
I'm in, man. I'm in.
Sadiq?
In.
Middle, man. You know me.
Hey, you asked the question.
I'm on the fence.
Bitmus, what are you saying?
Lampard in, bro.
Scott?
In just.
Dag?
Just.
What?
He's in.
In. All right, cool. Ryan, you said you were in already, right?
Nah, I said I was on the fence.
On the fence. All right, welcome to the fence, bro. Me and you can cop chat there.
I'm-
What about you?
Alright, Lewis, a 4 p.m. fence.
Yeah, we'll all stick on the fence, man. It's calm to be here. I'm not sticking to one of the in or outs yet. Tengus, what about you? In or out?
Halfway done climbing over the fence, but I'm still.
You're on the fence with us.
Yeah.
Ryan, what about you?
Well, I'm not sure because I think we should give him time like Man United did with Oli. But Man United have a more patient
Ole,
board
they
than
still
us.
want him out.
Oh,
But to be fair to Oli, he's not doing bad. He's doing
not
well.
Ole,
He's doing better. He progresses every season.
it's
So
nothing
I
to
think
do
we're
with Ole.
patient with Lampard. I think it might be a similar situation. I think the only difference is Oli has 12 years of managerial experience.
Not good experience.
I was going to say you got relegated with Cardiff and you managed the Norwegian, like the best team in the Norwegian league. Like it's basically nothing. And if I'm being honest, a lot of I'm going to get hate for this. I don't give a shit. Ollie, it's nothing to do with Ollie. The reason they are where they are, it's down to Rashford and Fernandez. It's the only reason they are where they are.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bruno.
And,
If they didn't have Bruno, they'd be nowhere near top.
They would be embarrassed, yeah.
and this guy's like this close to getting sacked every month. Like he's too inconsistent.
I've already said with United, like, how can you say that you think 21 is coming if you don't rate your manager and you think he needs to get sacked? It's a near universal opinion that they don't rate Ole as manager, but yet they think they're going for the Premier League title. Like,
I'm
come
gonna
on.
give Chris credit, but I'm not gonna gas him up.
At least when we were on that hype train, at least some of us were confident in Frank Lampard. Well, most of us were at that like honeymoon period.
Here's the difference with us and Ole. With Chelsea and Frank Lampard, we don't really know what to expect. We've seen the same. We haven't seen a lot of experience from the manager. He's had barely any experience other than Derby, so he's learning on the job. So we have to only work with what we have. Ole has never succeeded. Wherever he's gone, he's never succeeded. Even Mould had a better run of games after he left compared to when he was manager of the club. So he's had experience, but only experience in failure. So I don't even know how they're going off this guy as well. There's less to go off with Ole.
Yo, Lewis, who's trying to join? Yeah, I'll jump out for a bit and I'll jump on after. Who's trying to join?
I'm going to head off anyway now, mate. I've been on for ages since the watch along, so I'm going to head off now, guys.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll
jump on after.
We got Pablo.
Appreciate it.
See you guys soon.
Safe, bro. Okay, right. Whoever was trying to jump on, there's a spot now. We'll go straight into player rates. I just want to see this guy's comments. This team will not get better until we speed up the transition from defense to offense.
People are saying he won the Norwegian League.
I don't care, bro. It's the Norwegian league.
Exactly, and it's Mold. Like,
Like,
you're
yeah,
supposed
winning
to.
the French league.
Oh, was it Andy that wanted the link? 1 second.
It's Max. It's Max.
What? 1 sec. I'm gonna drop that. Oh, it's Max already got the link already.
Let's see.
Let's wait for one more. Where is it?
This brother has been commenting a lot. I think we need to read some of his comments. What is his name? Sandeep Kumar.
Sandy Kumar. What's he saying? 1 second.
About like getting rid of Kante and a lot of the other players and.
Wait, Kante and who? What players?
Violations, bro. He's been wilding.
I can't find the comment. What players are you saying to get rid of?
If I'm being honest with Kante, Kante's been a sus for the last few weeks. I think he's been underperformed this season. I don't know, maybe because of his injuries or something, or it's just like not performing really well this season.
I mean,
and it's the same with Mason Mount.
It really just comes down to communicating with the players because, I mean, last year he was probably doing better because they were academy players and it was a mainly English squad. I mean, you guys can have different opinions, but I guess it was because they're used they're used to the English football, and then you have Werner, Havertz, Silva, who else? Ziyech, and then these are players who haven't, they're not used to playing in the English league. So I wouldn't exactly consider it completely Lampard's fault, but he should definitely be he's definitely underperforming in my opinion as well.
Matt, go on, Vic.
Oh, I was gonna say that. I mean, it's 50-50 with what you've been saying for maybe a month ago or 2 months ago, where you say Conte can't play the lone CDM. I think maybe it has to do with the manager not getting through the Conte as much, or it's that Conte really can't play the CDM role. He needs support.
Do you think that he needs another
I'm not saying nothing. I'm just going to leave what Jester said. Thank you for the donation. I'm going to let him speak for me.
No, he's not an old. Sorry, Fata. Don't say he's not an old in CDM, but in the way that we.
Do you think that he needs another centre defensive midfield? Then do you think he needs another player alongside?
He is a holding CDM, but he needs another person. Like the way he says,
I'm still saying he's a box-to-box centre.
He's a box-to-box, brother. He's
a DM against a team that sits deep.
He's not an holding, bro.
He has the ability to do that, bro. He doesn't pass like that.
Yes, but
every time he gets the ball,
but he also doesn't have the ability to pass under pressure.
No, he does not. Every time he has the ball, it's a liability, bro. I don't trust him. Every time he passes the ball, it's either going backwards or to the side. I have never seen him forward. Never.
He's not a CDM. I mean, he's not a holding CDM.
The way Jorginho wants to sit back, he just does it a little bit forward. But
I think Kante is a holding CDM, but in a 2. Like if you had 2 holding CDM.
I mean, I can't lie.
If you play like a 4-2-3-1 and you play 2 back, then yeah. But I'm not alone.
Bro, do you remember the free run of games against Southampton, Sevilla, and Manchester United? No, not Manchester United. Southampton and Sevilla. 2 of the worst games I've seen from N'Golo Kante, and they both came as a 2 in the 4-2-3-1. I love him. He was potentially worse in the 4-2-3-1 than he's looked in the last few weeks in the 4-3-3. The 4-3-3, at the very least, if it's a team that's going to sit deep and play a low block against us, Kante as a lone DM can work. I can back that.
That's because we had Rudiger and Christensen at the back, Lewis. That's because we had Rudiger and Christensen at the back, but that's why we were so poor against Southampton.
It was because of Kepa.
Yeah, and Kepa as well.
It was barely. No.
It was Zuma. Oh, fuck me.
That mistake was bad. Kepa, and this is special from him, managed to be so bad, made it more his fault than Zuma's. How are you slide tackling a ball in your own box and you're the goalkeeper? Come on now. Zuma definitely messed up in the past, but all Kepa had to do was clear that.
Man put Kepa, a struggling Kepa under pressure.
He put him under pressure, but the ball went under his legs when he tried to jump for it. It's how is that even possible?
That messes Zuma put the man under pressure when he's already under pressure with his mind, bro. You put him under more pressure, though. He must explode.
Nah, Kepa done something.
I know, but you can't blame him for that. I say Zuma does take part of the blame, but it has to be Kepa for the majority as well. Matt, we have spoken to you. What's your thoughts on today, mate?
There's not really much to say, to be honest, but we were just in control for the whole game. And I thought we didn't really have much end product, which we've had problems with this season. But it was good to see Werner get on the score sheet again because it's been a while.
All right, cool. Andy, what about you? What are your thoughts?
The start of Havertz is happening. He's coming. Havertz is coming.
Second half of the season, Havertz, we've already spoken about. But what about the thoughts on the rest of the team?
Hudson-Odoi was amazing. Good game from him. Werner as well. They were all good.
All right, cool.
I know it's only Morecambe, but at least they all had a good game. Gets the confidence in the team.
All right, cool. We're gonna run through player ratings quickly just before I end this one.
Wait. Before you continue, someone said Kepa is better than Mendy. I know this is a troll, but someone else made a really good point. Shilo Pongo says, this is Kepa's first clean sheet since we knocked out Liverpool in the FA Cup. That's almost
What
a
was
year.
that in the last time? I thought it was the Watford game.
Yeah. What is it the FA Cup? Like,
Yeah,
are you talking about all competition or the Premier League?
No, he played the Everton game straight after that as well, and we won 4-0, so it's definitely not the FA Cup game. I thought it was the Watford game just before the end of last season.
Norwich, man, Norwich.
One thing before you get to the player rating, Lewis.
Yeah.
Conte does not sit in any midfielder. Any midfield team has been played in. With Leicester City, he was not the sitting midfielder. The sitting midfielder was Danny Drinkwater. When we won the league with Antonio Conte, he was not the sitting midfielder. It was Matic. So we need, as we say, I'm going to agree with you now, we need someone who can actually sit and Conte can move around more. Like, he's not really a box-to-box. Let me repeat, he's not really a box-to-box because he does not have the talent to like score goals or make perfect passes, but he helps out. He's just a plus.
He doesn't help out.
I feel like he's like a mix of both.
Exactly. So we can let
you know what?
right there with you.
That's cool. That's cool. I can compromise with that. That's calm.
Somewhere in between.
We can't have Conte do that. We can't have Conte do that because with Leicester, they had Mahrez and they had Vardy who did the entire offense. Their entire
We're Chelsea, bro. We're Chelsea. We have the money to buy
that system. Even recent former side.
With Sarri, we had Hazard, who literally generated our entire offense. With Antonio Conte as well.
Yeah, but also Maurizio Sarri got the best out of N'Golo Kante going forward. He's never had a higher goal-scoring season than under Sarri.
Wait, guys, I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna go to bed. It's like 12
All
a.m.
right, take care, bro. Thanks for jumping on.
Yeah, but Doug, you cannot say we can't have Conte doing that, bro. The man has won the title doing that for both Chelsea and
he's 30. He's getting older, and you want him to run more?
We're not telling him to run more.
How? If there's another holding,
bro, he's 30. You can't say
we're gonna have two people sitting back. So
bro, you're not getting.
It's gonna be more.
When we were playing under Antonio Conte, this man did not try to get in the box. He was just in the midfield as a next person to pass the ball to or help tackle when we lose the ball. The sitting midfielder was Matic. What are you saying, bro? I'm just telling you.
I'm saying is that our system now?
No, but if we're not going to use him like that, then he can't be in the team.
The way that we play, we don't have somebody sitting on the outside.
No, bro, what I'm saying is...
Someone sitting outside the box.
Conte, listen. Conte, if we're not going to use Conte beside the actual CDM, then we have to sell him then for real. What you think? What we're going to do with him then? If he's not going to play, we're not going to play two CDM. We don't need two sitting midfielders.
That's the only way I see that working in this team.
That's what I'm saying. If we play two CDMs, bro, he will be the one with more mobility to go forward. If not,
I don't think so because I don't think he has the passing ability to do that.
He does not play. He's not
playing the middle.
Listen.
He's not.
He doesn't have to be that creative. The creativity in front of him is Kai Havertz.
He's never been a creator, Ryan. You're right. He's not a creator. He's just there as another person to pass the ball to. And if we lose the ball, he tries to break it up before it gets in a danger position.
I think the problem has never been Kante in a true CDM. It's always been like Jorginho because
the one next to him.
Contribute defensively because he's not
exactly.
He's got that whistling sound, by the
way. Or Kovacic, who goes forward too much that can't come back on the.
Can't play with Kovacic.
If we get someone like a Declan Rice, there's other ones out there, but a big name being Declan Rice. If we get someone like him, he can sit back. His main attribute is not going forward; it's sitting back and just protecting the back four. You can pass as well. He's good at passing. He's that number 6 that you need. And then you've got Kante next to him who can be more mobile, being as like a ball-winning midfielder. He can get the ball off players and just pass it on to a man like Kai Havertz.
Exactly.
That's you can almost go. You can almost use that Kante sort of position, so to speak, as you rotate Kovacic and Kante, because they can both do the same thing in terms of taking the ball, breaking up slightly earlier, take the ball and go forward. Doesn't necessarily have to shoot or play long balls or anything, but it's that transition from the CDM to the attacking midfielder, say Havertz or Mount. Yeah. It's that gap in between.
And Kante isn't even that bad going offensively. Like he's not.
He's got a shot on him, to be fair, at times.
He's not Kevin De Bruyne going forward, but he's decent. He's fairly decent going forward. Like
he does the job.
He does the job. The game.
Wait, what?
So he does. Kante plays along the end, and if somebody Kante, he won't be able to play out.
Hold on. He does the job as an excuse for some teams that finish 10th to 15th. Okay, he does the job is not good enough.
This isn't a
Chelsea team. He produces. He doesn't do the job. He produces.
Yeah, but I'd understand that excuse if this was a player like Jorginho. This is Kante.
No, forget Jorginho. Jorginho's at the door for a reason.
No. I'm saying
does not have the years. That's the thing. Kante doesn't have the opportunity to mess up like Mountain does, like Havertz does. Once Kante messes up, he's dropped from the side because especially if he's playing forward.
No, ain't we know
if he's wasting chances, if he's missing passes, he's not going to play over Kovacic. What are you talking about?
Bro, the whole
we'll say the same thing with Timo Werner, but he's still played 12 games without a goal.
Werner is
the whole team has been high and low. Conte has been high.
I'm not saying low. I don't want to switch it right now. With this team, I want Conte as a lone DM. That's the only option we have because I don't want Jorginho and I don't want Kovacic. I'm talking about when we're moving to the future.
Kovacic a big baller, brother. Don't diss Kovacic, brother.
I never dissed Kovacic. I just said
he's not alone.
You want him as a 6? You want him as a 6?
Bro, Kovacic.
Kovacic does not.
Kovacic not fit. Him can't sit, bro. Kovacic can't fit.
He doesn't work as a 6. I think Kovacic should be starting as an 8. He doesn't work as a 6. He's not going to do well.
Yeah,
I think he should be an 8. I don't think he should be a 6.
No, I think he would do well if he plays beside a natural CDM like Declan Rice.
Exactly.
But that's in a 4-3-3.
Look,
I want a 4-2-3-1. I don't want a 4-3.
I don't want 4-2. I don't want 4-2-3. I want 4-2-3-1.
You want a 4-2? Exactly. So do I. I think Conte can play alongside Declan Rice with Declan Rice sitting back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Conte is not the sitter.
But Conte can't go as far up as he does because that's when we're susceptible. Because if he does, we're messed up.
I think it depends on the CDM behind him because I'd agree if we play.
Because he can get forward, dog. Listen to Scott, man. I
agree if we play like a Jorginho because then you're just exposing yourself if they break.
Exactly.
If Rice hasn't got the mobility necessarily, but he's got the defensive awareness to do it. But someone like I don't know.
Rice is fast. Rice is.
He's never going to play. I've seen games where he looks so immobile. But
Rice not that mobile for you.
But say for example, like we had Fernandinho or something. He's never going to come to us. I'm just using an example because I can't think of one. If we have someone like that who's a lot more mobile, has the defensive awareness, knows where he needs to be, then you can allow Kante or Kovacic to move forward a bit more.
Exactly.
Until you've got a good CDM. That's the problem we had under Sarri a lot of the times is you couldn't ask Kante or Kovacic to push too far forward because you had Jorginho who has no defensive awareness about them at all.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, we'll go through player aims quickly just before we wrap things up. Let's start off in goal. Kepa Arrizabalaga. 6 catches in one game, a clean sheet. I don't even care about the bias. Can we give Kepa a 7 and move on?
7.5.
You want to.
Yeah. 8. Cool.
Yeah. Get a clean sheet. No,
give him 9. You know how many saves that he did though? About 9 saves that he did.
For the most part, good performance from him. The barrel is the standard is in hell with
7.5. 7.5.
Yeah, we get a 7.5.
7.5. Yeah.
As for Laqueta, thoughts on his performance today?
Yeah,
the last one.
6.5.
7.
I don't think it's the best.
6 and a half, 7s. All right, cool. We'll literally just go through numbers because I don't want everyone to keep interrupting each other. Kurt Zuma, thoughts on him? I'm going to go for a 7 as well.
Yeah, 7.
7.
Yeah.
Cool. Rudiger as well, both centre back. If anything, I'll give Rudiger a bit higher because I thought.
Yeah, 7.5 maybe.
7.5 for Rudiger. Nice. Emerson, couple decent chances from him. Maybe very threatening in the first half. I'd give him a 7.5 too.
Yeah, he had good positioning.
All right, cool. Billy Gilmore struggled to find options for the most part. Had a lot of touches on the ball. Didn't really have the opportunity to do much. I just think 7. 7. All in agreement? Anyone in disagreement?
Yeah, 7 good enough.
Yeah.
Cool. Mason Mount, birthday boy, got the goal.
8.5.
Other than that,
8.5.
happy birthday to you, Mason Mount. Big up yourself. Kai Havertz, 1 goal, 1 assist.
10.
Low-key back
I'll
goals.
give Gabriel 8.5.
Hey,
Yeah, Kai Havertz can get a 10 because it's Kai
Yeah,
Havertz.
he didn't do anything wrong. He's real good.
Why you? Come on. All right.
Alright, Hakim Ziyech. What will we say?
That's
He had a
9.
quiet
Move
first
up
half.
in the middle. A 9.
9.
Yeah.
His pass was unbelievable.
Here we go.
9.
I'm going to be the pessimistic one here and say he was very invisible in the first half, but he came to life in the second.
8.5.
I'm going to
Give me
8's cool. You lot can go 8.
hey, yeah.
Timo Werner made a couple runs, which wasn't really noticed, but he finally got
7.5. 7.
a goal.
7.5.
7.5.
8.
Yeah.
Give him a solid 8. Solid 8.
All right, cool. Hudson Odoi, potentially
Man of the
man of the match performance. Please do not rest this guy against Fulham. I swear down.
Havertz and Hudson-Odoi only won 10.
Yeah, Hudson Odoi have an excellent performance from them today. Hudson Odoi's getting a 9 from me. Substitutes. Giroud didn't really have much.
I'd say always on the 5.
Solid 6 for all of them. Solid for 6 for all of them.
All right, cool. Last super chat. Kepa humiliated Morecambe. Bench shout shoots. Well,
basically what happened was the Morecambe bench tell the players to shoot because every time the ball is inside the Chelsea box, the bench tell them to shoot the ball because Kepa wasn't in goal.
Were they really shouting shoot?
Yeah.
No respect. No respect. Oh my gosh. Well, guys, this is the end of the live review for Chelsea 4, Morecambe 0. Let me know if you guys enjoyed any of our comments and let us know down in the comment section below. The links to Vitmus's channel and the links to Worldwide Chelsea are literally in the title, so just click it and it'll send you straight there. Guys, any of you guys got any channels you lot want to promote, just DM them to me. I'll leave them in the description below as well for you guys. And we'll see you all for the live phone-in. Should be starting in about, I'm going to push it back about 15 minutes so I can sort the towels and everything. But we'll be live in 15 minutes. Fata, I kind of need you to send them the links out because I've got logged out of StreamYard, which is a bit of
somehow I'm been logged out though.
You've been logged out as well?
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is BS.
Yeah,
But at the very least, let me hope I can end the broadcast. Well, I can't even end the
I'll
broadcast.
send them the link, but somehow
Yeah,
I've been
send them
logged
the
out.
link.
Yeah.
Put your Twitter put your Twitter in the private chat there, brother. Or all the man them where just put in the Twitter so we can follow you. Just type your Twitter in the chat so we can just follow you guys.
Oh yeah. I thought we was gonna end this.
I think everyone's got to leave us. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just going on.
Yeah, just that's a dog, yeah. All right. Who else?
Vitmus, I'll message you on Insta, so it should be fine.
All right, no worries.
Hey Lewis, what the heck, man?
See you guys.
All right.
I thought we was gonna end this.
Is it still going?
Yeah, it's still going.
Really?
Man forgot to end it.
Alright, in a bit.
You forgot to end it.
But dog no follow, brother. Him not tweet nothing. What? From 2012 the dog have it, but we not tweet nothing, brother. No follower, no following. Why your Twitter, fucker?
Oh, what's my Twitter? What's my Twitter? Oh, sorry.
You no follow still.
Oh yeah, my bad. What's
Yeah, I'm in the chat, man. What the heck? Fata, alright. So the stream still go or just the
Wait. Can you guys hear me, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's happened, but Sammy sent me another link. Guys, anyone still watching us live? This is fucking hilarious, but we can't even log out. I've been kicked out of my own StreamYard.
Really?
Well, the Blues Fans TV one. But I've got the link.
Same as well, though. Somehow they
just go through a couple of the comments section. BFT.
I can't find your Fata. What go on? I see you.
Oh no, Sammy ended it. Sammy.